Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. So it was the famous Greek philosopher Aristotle who once said, anyone can become angry. That's easy. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, and in the right way, that's not easy. Anger can consume a huge amount of energy that's ultimately wasted because it's actually better deployed elsewhere. When you get angry, it's often because you're frustrated that you're not feeling heard, or perhaps you're not feeling valued, or you're not getting what you want in some way, or something just hasn't worked out as you expected. So everyone feels angry. That's natural. Everyone feels frustrated at times. That too is natural. The danger is when you don't use it productively and when you project that anger, that frustration onto those people around you. So ask yourself, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, do you let it consume all your thoughts? Do you ruminate again and again about what triggered that, so that you're replaying this same tape in your head over and over again? Do you let it distract you from what really matters? Do you enable it to change your behavior in a way that's not healthy? And are you using that feeling to drive how you make decisions in a way that's not helpful for you, either in the short term or in the long term? When you're doing all of that, what you're failing to do is also to look at the learnings that you can take away from the experience. So instead of becoming consumed with finding ways to prove that you're right or that you've been unfairly treated in some way, because that's not going to help you. When you do that, you ultimately fall into the trap of finding ways to blame other people, seeing it as everybody else's fault, potentially adopting a victim mode of behavior where you're not taking any accountability for what's gone on. The key is to notice what's going on, what's triggering how you're feeling, being naturally curious about the event, why it happened, why you're feeling a certain way, so that you can start to make sense of what's going on. Once you start to have that level of understanding, you're in a far better position to be able to work out what to do, to be able to respond and take action. If you respond earlier, if you respond really quickly and instinctively, you're not actually responding, you're reacting. You're reacting to that initial emotional trigger. And when you're doing that, you're usually not responding from the wisest of mindsets. A reactive response can be bad for your health, bad for relationships, and also bad for your reputation, particularly in a work context and in your relationships with those that you most love. So a considered response is one where you're taking that anger and frustration, you're getting curious as to why you're getting triggered, and you're then channeling that energy in a way that is productive and healthy. This isn't easy, and it's also not about ignoring how you feel, because your feelings are valid. It's really important to actually acknowledge how you feel. But what you're doing when you're acknowledging how you're feeling is you're accepting your responsibility in terms of those feelings and what you're going to do about it. And it's accepting that in many cases, the cause of the frustration is actually less important than the meaning that you're placing on what's going on around you and what you're choosing to do about it. And the key word, choice, because we always have a choice. So the question for you, when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling frustrated, what's your choice going to be? What will you do next? Take care, and I'll see you next week.